Good evening, one and all. This is my first video on device driver development. I would like to give an short introduction about device drivers. It will be helpful for you after getting into programs. It will be first. Let's have a short introduction. What is a driver program? A piece of program in kernel space executed whenever user needs to access hardware via OS. uh, I would like to show you the Linux architecture. It will be better for your understanding. Hmm. This is your Linux architecture. This is a basic architecture. I'm not showing the deep architecture of it. Uh, a Linux architecture, I mean a Linux OS has two spaces, uh, user space, and basically it has two spaces, user space and kernel space. In user space we have an user applications. It may vary depending upon the number of applications and the type of applications. Actually, I have included an GNUC library too, which will act as a which is used for compiling codes. And when it comes to an kernel space, this is our main part for driver development. Let's get into it. When it comes to an kernel space, three important blocks were there. One is a system call interface, then kernel, then architecture dependent kernel code, which is also a type of driver. Actually, we have a driver over here. We'll be having a driver. This is a place where a driver exists. It will be placed on the surface of the kernel, not completely merged with it. Okay. Okay. Let's see how a hardware is being accessed from user space through OS via kernel. Let's have an idea. If I am connecting an printer with PC, I have connected a printer with PC and installed the drivers. If I have a PDF and I want to print it, means I'm just giving the shortcut as Control plus P. It'll goes for printing. Let's see how this operation works. Actually, uh, if I am giving this Control plus B, means which is on user space, I'm giving this in user space. It will go for driver. Actually, it will not execute the entire driver. It will have a function, specific function for printing. Actually, using the printing driver, we can also save some PDFs from internet also. So it'll have some specific functions for printing. If it is so, let me show you how this will happen in our Linux architecture. Now our control plus will execute in driver, and then it will invoke the specific function, and this specific function will call an will give an ID for ID to kernel regarding accessing the hardware, which is a printer. It is a printer. Now, so I'm going to access the printer via kernel, but not uh, endangering the characters of kernel, but Before this one, I would like to tell you about the system calls. System call is a main interface which will act between user application uh, and kernel. If at the maximum, system call will go for its own process for completing all user application. If any requirement is there to meet the kernel means, it'll allow user application to meet the kernel. Actually, we are using a device driver. Whenever I give control plus p, it will go for system call interface, and based on the requirement, it will move to kernel. uh, Kernel will go for getting the specific function, and this will allow to access the hardware, I mean the printer which will print our PDF. Before Now let me explain you the different types of device drivers. For There are many different types of drivers. I'm going to give you only about the three types of one. It will be enough for easy understanding. Before that, I'd like to give you block device driver, character device driver, and null driver. Null driver is a pseudo driver. It is also a pseudo driver. Block device drivers are static. A huge piece of code will execute whenever OS get booted, and executes or reads data in block by block size. Character device drivers, which are dynamic, can be seen in the folder. If you have a Linux terminal means, open terminal by Control Alt plus T. Now enter cd space /dev, enter. This will lead you to a file location where all characteristic drivers were available. You can see all the characteristics drivers available there. Now let's see the characteristics drivers. Character, they are dynamic, can be seen in the file system. In this file system, if you give ls space -l means it will show all the device drivers. Okay, it will read each each what I can say each data by bits by bit. Okay, thank you. This is my first video. If you have any comments means, please comment it. I think I would have made some mistakes. If so, please let me know. Then only I can correct it, and give you exact need what you need, an exact recipe what you need. Thank you.